Good afternoon from Benzinga 2024 in Hollywood, Florida. I'm Aisha Alves, your flower hire representing Cannabis Lab today. And this afternoon, I have the pleasure of sitting down with RudyEllenbogen, who is founder and CEO of Planta Scientific.
Hey, Aisha. Thank you for having me.
I'm very happy. We've been, kind of back and forth for a long time. And finally, this is the best thing about coming to conferences. People who are virtual friends can finally become real life friends. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for making it real.
Of course. So, one thing that hit me right off the bat when I was, learning about you was your incredible journey within the space. I think when we talk to people in cannabis, everyone kind of has an interesting way of how they've gotten here. But specifically, you working in so many different markets. Can you tell me a bit more about your journey to this point?
Yeah. Starting in Colorado back in 2014 was a different time in the industry. It's been a beautiful ride. I was CEO there of Early Natural and That Logic, two award-winning companies doing soil cultivation and solvent-based extraction, which I'm so happy to see now come to the rise in a lot of products. I exited that in 2018. I consulted for a few years in several markets. It was interesting. It's been interesting to see the evolution. And then over the last few years, I've been here in Miami with the Scientific.
So I have an off-the-cuff question. If you're talking about working in so many different markets, what would you say are some of the most interesting and marked differences between working in Colorado and working in Florida or somewhere else?
Yeah, I think from a regulatory perspective, having markets that have limited licenses is very different than the markets that have a lot of licenses. And that just changes the game, changes the competition, the entry barriers, just make it a completely different set of rules.
It's true, because in Florida, not everyone can play, right? But if you're talking about an open market, there are a lot of ways, I think, for people to come in and carve out their own piece of the market. So
yeah, and there's we've seen now over the last 10 years or so how somewhere in the middle between very limited markets like Florida or Ohio and very broad access to all markets like Florida or Colorado, California, yeah, can be like the sweet spot.
Right, somewhere in the middle. So, okay, so now you've made your move to Miami, and welcome, by the way, to South Florida. Planta Scientific, I think, really kind of holds a very unique spot in the industry. Can you tell us a bit more about why you decided to find the company?
Yeah, we saw a need for creating consistent drop-in technology for nano-encapsulating and delivering water-soluble, fast-acting technology for both edibles and topicals. And so initially our approach was trying to go for large CPG companies with CBD. That hasn't happened. The FDA didn't regulate yet. And so that allowed us to pivot into more edibles and these days more into HD9, which is, I think, hemp-derived cannabinoids are widespread growing. In Florida, they're 30 times the size of the legal market. And so the opportunities there are immense.
Wait, in Florida, the beverage market is 30 times larger than the legal market?
No, the hemp-derived cannabinoid market
in
Florida is 30 times the size of the
Are you serious? Okay, see? You learn something every day new at Benzinga. I did not know that. And it makes a lot of sense. Because if you think about the points of distribution, it could be like anywhere. And I actually heard that even like the big box stores, like Total Wine, they're going to start having good beverages in Florida soon too.
Yes. And so that's been a struggle of power between the two sides of the space. It looks like we're coming to a resolution in having somewhat low dose on hemp-derived THC products, and then the cannabis space also moving adult use, recreational here in Florida potentially in November. And so things are shaping up, and those forces are creating a balance.
If it does go adult use and they can sell regular THC beverages, what will that mean for the adult and space?
Just distribution.
Yeah.
Distribution differences.
Oh, that's true, because it's still going to be in a dispensary. Okay. Good point. All right. So let's look toward the future. I think that especially the sentiment right now in Florida is very positive. We're all looking forward to the awarding of the new medical licenses plus adult use coming on the ballot. Everyone is looking at growth. Where do you see Planta Scientific moving as we go forward in Florida?
We're focusing on hemp-derived Delta-9 THC beverages and edibles. We have a proprietary nanoparticle technology in development that we want to put to use for that growing market. And for that, we're looking for the right partner.
I was going to say, you got to partner up with someone great.
Yes.
That can put that technology to use.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Cannabis Lab is definitely the place to do that. Benzinga is definitely the place to do that. This is where everyone comes to find what they need to make their decisions. So, Rudy, on behalf of me and all of Cannabis Lab, we wish you the best of luck at Planta. We are all behind you, and we're really happy to see the growth of everything that you're doing in the space.
Thank you. Nice
Thank
to see
you.
and I hope to see you there in the panel.
Oh, forget, you can get rid of me now. Have a good afternoon.
Bye.